أبي القاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد
وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. I begin in the name of God, the most beneficent, the most merciful, to whom all praises belong. And may His peace and blessings be upon all of the prophets, from Adam to Noah to Moses to Jesus, and upon the seal of the prophets Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam and his purified progeny. Respected brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. When you go upon the United Nations UNESCO website, you'll see a quote which states that heritage is our legacy from the past, what we live with today, and what we pass on to the future generations. Our natural and cultural heritage and legacy is both an irreplaceable source of inspiration and life for us. That when you pay attention to the second line, you find heritage has been described as a source of inspiration and a source of life. Building upon that line, you find that the destruction of heritage is not only a destruction of inspiration, but it is a destruction of livelihood. That's why that event, which took place on the 21st of April in the year 1925, is an event which we remember until today. For when they demolished those shrines, it was our hearts that were demolished upon that day. When they shattered those graves to pieces, it was our hearts that were broken to pieces upon that day. But to understand the value of this movement, we need to take one step back historically. For you find that 1925 was not the first time that Jannatul Baqee was destroyed. Over 100 years prior, you find Baqee was destroyed and it was rebuilt by the Ottomans. To understand the power of this movement, you have to see the value of that rebuilding within that time period. But from a second level, we have to take one step backwards in order to see what value this cause has to the non-Muslims. That's why very quickly, within 10 minutes, I'll discuss upon 5 points. Number 1, what were the atrocities of the Saudi regime before 1925? And how did Christian Europe notice them within the 1800s? Number 2, what does the Saudi ransack of Karbala in 1801 show to what extent they're willing to go to? Number 3, how does this cause relate to the non-Muslims? Number 4, how did the Saudi cult make it a part of their mission to remove the value of the Holy Prophet? And how can we use the Prophet's message to counteract this? And number 5, what questions are there we need to ask ourselves in order to further the cause of Jannatul Baqee? You find when you go to the history of Baqee, an individual by the name of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, a man who was condemned by his father, a man whose own brother Sulaiman wrote a book against him, began to preach an ideology of takfir, an ideology that said, whoever does not believe in me, we are allowed to kill them, we are allowed to violate their women and their daughters, we are allowed to plunder their property. An ideology which stated that intercession is not allowed, an ideology which stated that the graves must be destroyed, despite the fact that the companions of the Prophet and the Muslims for 100 years have been visiting the graves of the saints. That you go to Baghdad, how many non-Shia go to the graves of Abdul Qadir al-Jilani? How many non-Shias go to the grave of Abu Hanifa within Baghdad? But you find in the year 1724, this individual who would go from city to city, he found refuge in a town known as Darya. Within Darya, he meets the Saud family. If you want to understand who Ali Saud is today, then read their history. Within that time period in Najd, where there was no economy, the Ali Saud family was known for being bandits. that when caravans would go, they would loot the caravans, they would plunder the caravans, they would attack the caravans. And you find Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab, he makes this alliance with Muhammad bin Saud, in which Saud would govern the political end and Wahhab would govern the ideological end. You find this served Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab. Why? Because for the first time, now he has political influence to increase his spread. But from the side of the Saudis, why did this interest them? You find their history is in banditry. The moment you have an ideology which allows for takfir, which allows for people to be called disbelievers, it allowed them to continue their ways of robbing and looting and plundering. And you find this alliance, it was formed. If you want to look at what extent they went to, in the year 1802, they attacked the city of Ta'if. You know, when they attacked the city of Ta'if, the historian by the name of Zahabi, he writes that first they went to a woman who was nursing her child. They killed the woman and the child. After that, they go to a man reciting the Quran. After that, they go through the markets and the mosques and the streets, and they kill one by one until less than 20 individuals were alive in the city of Ta'if. You find Christian Europe, it noticed that something was brewing in the Middle East, and you find the impact of that is understood by us today when we see Al-Qaeda and Taliban and Boko al-Haram and ISIS. You know, when you see terrorism, correct, you try to find a common root. The common root of terrorism within the world is Saudi Arabia. The common root of terrorism within the world is Wahhabism, the state-sponsored creed of Saudi Arabia. You know, notice I say the word creed. I don't say religion, for religion preaches love. Religion preaches unity. It is only this cult which preaches hate. And if you want to see to what extent they are willing to go, in 1801, they go to the land of Karbala. Some may say they destroy in their own land, maybe we can accept it. But they go and terrorize the land of Karbala. They destroy the shrine within Karbala. They burn the city to the ground. They kill 5,000 individuals, looting the shrine of Imam al-Hussein, taking 6,000 camels worth of gold back towards Saudi Arabia. Now, do you understand why I said this group is a group of bandits? When you want to understand these people, you see that there is no limit to these people. And this is why, in 1806, they destroyed Jannat Baqee for the first time. And when this happened, all of the Muslim world was in outcry. But in 1816, under Sultan Mahmud II, you find the Ottomans, they take over Mecca and Medina again, and they rebuild Jannat Baqee. If you want to see the power of the rebuilding of Jannat Baqee, now you listen. History, it states that all of Cairo was in celebration for 5 days upon the rebuilding of Jannat Baqee. Cairo, the biggest city within the Muslim world. If you want a stabilized Middle East, then is there not a country in the world within whose interest a stabilized Middle East is not there? If you want a stabilized Middle East, you find that Jannat Baqee, it plays a role with that unity. And you find these individuals, that their destruction was an attack against the Prophet himself. You know, Stephen Schwartz is an individual who wrote a book, The True Faces of Islam, the House of Saud from Tradition to Terror. He's the Washington bureaucrat chief of the Jewish Forward, a Jewish individual, and he is the writer of The Voice of America. Within that book, on page 70, he writes that Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, this is a Jewish individual writing, that Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, the only way he could get people to follow his radical interpretation is if he removed the message of the Prophet, especially his message of compassion and mercy, and amputate it from the doctrine of Islam. To amputate it from the doctrine of Islam. That's why you find that if they have La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah upon their flags, it's not because they have love for the Prophet. It's only a political move. That's why they have it there. That these were those individuals. They were were ready to destroy the shrine of the Prophet. The only reason they didn't destroy that shrine is because of a group of Muslims in India. They protested at the British embassy. To get in favor with the British, they stopped the destruction of the shrine of the Prophet. This is how far they removed the Prophet of God. Which Prophet? That Prophet of God who was described as a mercy for all of mankind. That Prophet of God upon whom in the Quran it says, "O Muhammad, if you were hard-hearted, they would move away from you." That Prophet of God, when he writes the Constitution of Medina, a majority of those clauses for non-Muslims, that Prophet of God who embolized the spirit of the Quran. You know, the Quran says, "Inna fatahna laka fatham mubin," that we've given you a manifest victory. But what was this manifest victory? Was it Badr? Was it Uhud? Was it Khandak? It was Khaybar? It was none of those. It was a peace treaty by the name of Hudaybiyah. You see, when the Quran it talks about a peace treaty, it says that is the manifest victory of Islam. But you know, when they destroyed these shrines, an action can be an endpoint or it can be a mean. You find that this action was not an endpoint. This action was a means to remove the memory of the Prophet. That's why I remember my brother, the poet Nouri Sardar, would say that when we saw those shrines demolished, we began to recite their praise. For how great must these individuals be that you feel threatened by their graves? That how great must these individuals be that you feel threatened by their graves? You know, when you go...
Rebuild al-Baqee! 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 Rebuild al-Baqee! 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 Rebuild al-Baqee!
When you go to Jannat al-Baqee, correct? You see people standing in front of Jannat al-Baqee. They'll say to you in Arabic, "Roh, leave, there's nothing here." I say to them, if nothing was there, you don't have to say nothing is there for nothing to be there. The fact that you stand there and say nothing is there is proof to the fact that something is there. Something that threatens their existence. Something that threatens their own livelihood. This is why they destroyed Jannat al-Baqee. But there's a number of questions we have to ask ourselves. That if today Jannat al-Baqee was ready to be rebuilt, do we have the funds to rebuild Jannat al-Baqee? Do we have the minds to rebuild Jannat al-Baqee? Can we intellectually defend Jannat al-Baqee? That if somebody comes up to you and says this is bid'ah and this is an innovation, and they give you the verse of the Quran that says, وَلَا تُصَلِّ عَلَىٰ أَحَدٍ مِّنْهُمْ مَاتَ أَبَدًا, and it says, وَلَا تَقُمْ عَلَىٰ قَبْرِهِ. If they come, they bring chapter 9, verse 84. They say, don't pray over those who have died and don't stand over their graves. Are we able to have answers, or will we stop over here? Can we say to them that, why don't you finish the verse? إِنَّهُمْ كَفَرُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَمَاتُوا وَهُمْ فَاسِقُونَ. For they disbelieved in Allah and His Prophet and they died as open sinners. That they were individuals who were destroying society. But when you look at the individuals buried in Jannat al-Baqee, these are individuals who advanced humanity. That who is buried in Jannat al-Baqee? Where are the aunts of the Prophet Atika and Safiya buried? It's not a rhetorical question. Where are they buried? Where are they buried? Jannat al-Baqee. Where is Abbas, the uncle of the Prophet, buried? Where is Abdullah bin Jafar buried? Where is Salma buried? Where is the companion Abu Sa'id al-Khudri buried? Where is Asad bin Zurara buried? Where is Uthman bin Maz'un buried? Where is Hassan al-Mujtaba buried? Where is Zain al-Abidin buried? Where is Muhammad al-Baqir buried? Where is Jafar al-Sadiq, the teachers of Abu Hanifa and Malik bin Anas buried? The teacher of Jabir bin Hayyan, the father of modern chemistry. Where is Malik bin Anas buried? You know, they say that your school of thought disrespects the companions and the wives of the Prophet. We reply by saying, we are not the ones who destroyed that graveyard where most of the wives and 7,000 of the companions are buried. For the issue of Jannatul Baqee is not a Shi'i issue, nor is it just a Muslim issue, but rather it is a humanitarian issue. That if somebody today, they came and they destroyed even one tombstone in Washington in the Arlington Cemetery, is there any one of us who wouldn't go and protest over there? Is there any one of us as a human being who would not be hurt that the dead are being disrespected? But what about ours within Jannatul Baqee? You know, many of you, you've gone to Karbala, you've gone to Qadnain, you've gone to Baghdad, you've gone to these places. I myself, I live in Najaf. When I walk to the shrine of Amir al-Mu'mineen, there's no one to stop me, no matter what time you go. Whether it's 3 a.m., 3 p.m., there are people at the grave. There is a light at the grave. I say, how lonely is the grave of Fatima Zahra, that as soon as darkness it sets, that there is complete darkness upon the grave of Zahra. Not so much as a candle is there upon her grave. You know, in 8 years, the year is 2018, in 7 years will be 100 years since the destruction of Jannatul Baqee. With the final lines, within these next 7 years, what I propose to myself and all of you is that instead of letting others write our narratives, from now on we write our own narratives. We ask ourselves, are we doing enough for the cause of Jannatul Baqee? And how can we move this protest? How can we move this movement forward? وَالْآخِرُ دَعْوَانَا أَنِ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ.